Alrighty, so if we go to our blueprints here, you will see we do have the Odysseus. Unfortunately, we can't make it yet because it's bugged. But we do have the blueprints available to us. So, ladies and gentlemen, now that the Odysseus is out, let's go ahead and talk Odysseus, because now everything is set in stone. So, it is a mix between Galente and Amar battlecruisers. This is a command battlecruiser. It is a faction variant of T2s, because it is a command battlecruiser. There is no T1 command battlecruiser. So it's a very unique ship right off the rip with that in mind. The Amar battlecruiser bonus, we're looking at 4% bonus to all armor resistances per level. You get 10% bonus to heavy drone, medium drone, and light drone hit points and damage. Note that sentry drones have been left off this list. Now, Expedition Command ships. This is a new type of ship that only the Odysseus can fill the role of. So, per skill level, you get 50% bonus to Relic and Data Analyzer range. You get a 5% reduction in gas cloud scoop duration. That's right, this ship can huff gas. You actually have 5 slots that you can fit gas scoops in, so you can huff gas pretty easily. You get a 3% bonus to Expedition Command Burst effect strength and duration, 1% to Armor Command Burst effect strength and duration. All right, and then there's the roll bonuses. So you get 100% bonus to Expedition Command Burst effect duration, 50% reduction in gas cloud scoop CPU requirement, 50% bonus to medium energy turret optimal range, 50% bonus to command burst area of effect range, 37.5% bonus to core and combat scanner probe strength, 10 plus bonus to relic and data analyzer virus strength. You can use 2 command burst modules. You can fit a covert ops cloaking device. Cloak reactivation delay reduced to 15 seconds. You can also fit a 0-point mass entangler. That's really interesting because the 0-point mass entangler will actually allow you to slide through frigate holes, which is really cool. Super cool. Remy says, Grim, I gived you my spare since my science slots are all used up. Yo, Remy, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you. That is incredibly kind. We'll get some of those in production a little bit later, because then I'll actually have to fly over. Now, this is something that they don't expound upon too much. Down here at the bottom, it says that this ship can receive bonus effects depending on the environment. So, I did have access to the test server, and I did have access to the Odysseus on the test server. All right. Wormhole effects. You get different additional effects based on what wormhole you're in, right? You also get bonuses, like if a system has system effects in it enabled, based on whatever that system effect is, you do also get an additional effect. Somebody told me that certain places also get certain bonuses. They said that in RTAC A over in Drone Lands, apparently, now this is hearsay, but it's funny as hell, so I do want to mention it. But apparently in RTAC A, you get a bonus to self-destruct time. Your self-destruct time is shorter. Yes, you get certain bonuses from landmarks as well, Remy. In Thera, if you go to Thera, you get a bonus. I did see that one. So it's very interesting because there are a lot of different effects that you can encounter. You know, metaliminal storms, Faction Warfare HQ systems. In total, and this was confirmed by CCP Zealous. That's right, you're getting thrown under the bus, buddy. I love you. CCP Zealous did confirm there are 33 unique bonus effects that the Odysseus can pick up. Now, it's really cool because some of those bonuses are stuff like heat damage. So there is a wormhole where you take increased heat damage. Well, the Odysseus actually gets a 20% bonus the other way. So you're looking effectively only 30% heat damage. So if you decided you were fighting somebody in there, you were going to fight somebody in there, and they were heating, you were heating, their modules will burn out first. So Remy says in the system where the biggest battle on Eve was, you actually get a salvage bonus. Nice. Nice. So there's a lot going on. I think you also get an effect in Turner. It's very interesting because you can actually end up fitting your Odysseus for that system to do certain things. You can actually get bonuses to energy turret and stuff like that. So it really adds to the versatility of the ship, which is something that I already enjoy with the Stratios. Now, if we actually start looking at the attributes, I never noticed this before, but apparently now EHP values are here. Interesting. What we're looking for in particular with the attributes. All right, look at the drones. We have a drone capacity. Chat. We have a drone capacity of 600 M3. In addition, we have a drone bandwidth of 125. All right, now you can actually use 5 heavies, 5 sentries. Feels pretty good compared to the 100 that you get in the Stratios. You also have space for awesome things. So your capacity is 750, but then you also get an expedition hold. Now the expedition hold, you can fit exploration loot, you can fit salvage, you can fit deployables, apparel, skins, scan probes, command burst charges, cap booster charges, and gas in the expedition hold. All right, that is designed so that you have a giant box to throw a bunch of shit in. And that, to me, is awesome. Because one of the limitations that I've always encountered is my cargo. But it gets even better. Because you also have shared facilities. You have a fleet hangar of 1,000 meters cubed. And then a ship maintenance bay of 75,000 meters cubed. So this thing comes with awesome utility for groups. You can help your fleet refit, rearm, resupply in a very, what's the word here? Very dynamic package. If you need something done, you don't need to go grab another ship. Chances are you can refit to do whatever you want to do. If we take a look at the fitting. So, from our first look, we have retained those 8 high power slots, the 5 medium power slots, the 6 low power slots. Also, we still have the 5 turret hard points. Now, I'm gonna be real, the power grid needs to go up. Okay, they gave us a base of 1175 on the power grid. That is the lowest out of the battle cruisers from which the Odysseus is derived. All right, it's the lowest out of the Amar and the Galente command battle cruisers. Even though it's a faction, I don't know how that works, boys. All right. So, not a big fan of that. I think it needs to go up. Still some more. You know, at least give it 2K, right? At least give it 2K. But where it's at, I do like the 8 high slots that are at your disposal. I think it's pretty cool. So far, no skins yet. You will need Expedition Command Ships as a skill. And I think to get that, you need Expedition Command Specialist. Yes, you need Expedition Command Specialist to unlock Expedition Command Ships. All right, and I maxed all that out because, you know, I like SOE, so I'm excited to actually fly the Odysseus. Industry-wise, to build one, all right, it's going to be 16K titanium, or sorry, 16 million titanium, 6 million pyrite, 1.2 million maxilon, 600K isogen, 60K noxium, 16K zydrine, 8K megasite. Nobody cares. Those are just minerals. Minerals are typically cheapest chips. All right, really the cost here is going to be your 250 SOE net resonators. That's going to run you about probably 750 million. LP trade, I do believe it's like, what is it, 250 mil? Plus 250K LP for the SOE. To even get the blueprint. And we've already got 2, so, you know, whatever. No skins, makes me sad. All right, but let's go ahead and simulate the ship. So, because I have the skills already maxed out, my power grid is actually 1468, and then we have 650 CPU. Now, this is cool because you can actually fit an MJD on here. Would I? I'm not sure. But I could make this kind of comparable to my Stratios in a lot of ways. I can make it comparable to my Stratios. And I think it would do pretty well. I think I'd have room for a little bit of... Let's view contents. A little bit more damage, for instance. All right, so 90K EHP, and that's with me removing one of the multi-spectrums. So what we can do now, right, because my Stratios already lives forever, it's pretty based. If we were doing like a PvE Stratios, or like a hybrid PvE PvP, we could then go for drone upgrades and put some DDAs in here. Now, I mean, I would use like sentience or something. You know, if we take a look, variations compare. Let's see, drone damage bonus. Sentient gives the same as just about everything else, so yeah, we could put the sentience on there. So a couple sentient DDAs, that could push us all the way up to 784, almost 800 DPS. Not too bad. 800 DPS, 90K EHP, and then you still have all the versatility in the world. If we were fitting for PvP, of course, we would want to put our scram on here. We'd want our micro warp drive on here. Put our web. And then our tracking unit, right? So right now we have 31 minutes of capacitor just running everything. But what I want to see here, and this is going to be really cool, is I want to see what we can do with newts. All right. Wait, high slots. So I don't think we could fit heavies. But, like, I think we could fit a few ghouls. Yeah, we could fit, like, 3 ghouls. Decently easy, especially if we abyssal roll them. Let's see what our power grid requirement is. So, ghouls and strigoi take the least. Oh, these are Nosses. I'm dumb. Chat, I'm dumb. So reset. Newts. I think it's gremlins. And it's the same story, right? I think the storyline is going to be the, yeah, the lowest PG. And so I think we could abyssal roll some of these and actually have a pretty good power grid savings. But the 800 DPS is crazy. 800 DPS is insane. We would only be able to run at almost 1100 because it is a battle cruiser. It's a little slow. But what's really cool is if we go back, right? We can strip out those mods for combat. You know, make it a little bit more like our exploration stratios. Where we can fit a Zeugma integrated analyzer. Now, this is really cool. All right, fitting the Zeugma. You actually get 21 kilometers of range without bursts. That's before factoring in bursts. 21 kilometers of range. Looking for the cargo scanner in my list. I don't see it. There we go. You still need to get closer to loot. Sure, Fabioso. But nobody else is going to be able to take your stuff. So who cares? All right, now we take a look at the new Fleet Assistant module. Fleet Assistance modules. So the Sisters of Eve actually have their very own Expedition Command Burst. So I'm very interested to see how this compares with the other ones. So it looks like the strength effect bonus is 25%. Sisters is a little bit longer, has a little bit more range. So if range is super important, and you want it to last longer, you can rock the Sisters Expedition Bursts. Now, you have Strength. Now, Strength is probably going to be one of the better ones. So the Strength charge is going to give you Scan Probe Strength, along with Analyzer Coherence bonus. But then, you also do have the Reach charge, which will give you D-Scan range. It'll actually throw your D-Scan out to... is it 17? I think it is. I think it throws your D-Scan out to 17. As opposed to like 14. So with a reach charge, you can actually get 30 kilometer range on your analyzer. Holy chat, look at these numbers. So, yes, we get that 30 kilometers. We also have a Virance coherence of 147.25. Let me jump into my pod really quick. Let me jump into my scanning pod. See how those numbers change here in a second. Okay, so we get 60 virus strength, and then we get 117 coherence. I don't know how our coherence dropped. Kind of weird. But pretty crazy. And then there is one last charge. There is the pinpointing charge. All right, that's going to be scan probe deviation bonus. You also get a salvager module duration. Yeah, if we could track your hacked cans, the hacking range would be useful. I think they're still used for hacking range. Imagine decloaking in a ghost site and just popping a can when somebody's on it, like, or about to get to it. That would be pretty funny. All right, and you can have the armor command bursts as well. You do get bonuses for that. SOE actually makes, ladies and gentlemen, hold on, let me find it. SOE actually makes an implant as well for the command bursts. If we look for fleet support implants, there we go. Sisters Expedition Command Mind Link. So it gives you a 25% bonus to Expedition and Armor Command Burst, effect, strength, and duration. So if you were rocking one of these, you know, you could probably see a little bit further out. And you'd have even better strengths. And it's Expedition and Armor, so, you know, whatever you're trying to do, right? So it just continues to add to the versatility. You know, you can fit the scoops. Now, if we take a look, harvest equipment, gas scoops. Go with syndicate scoops because no pores allowed. All right, 20 M3 per 22.5 seconds is what you're looking at with the gas scoops. So with 5 scoops, you're getting 100 gas. Wait, can I only fit 4? Can't be activated as it requires access to resources and or skills, which 4 modules of the same purpose are already taking up. Do I need more gas skills? Is that what it is? Requirements, gas cloud harvesting. Allows use of 1 scoop per level. Okay, so I would need another level here because I only had gas harvesting 4. Right, for ghosts, you still have to zoom to harvest, but it's just like for the meme. Blue-gray, I think it'd be really funny. So all in all, conclusion here, Odysseus is pretty dope. Odysseus is pretty dope. I'm excited to make one. Incredibly versatile if you wanna do extended trips out to like nullsec, like you could probably pop some stuff, like pop a filament or whatever, have a scout with you. This could work just fine for you. Low sec as well. This does fit the cloak, so you're good to go on that. All right. Odysseus good. Makes Explorer Brain go burr. And that's about all there is to it. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, guys, be sure to use the code PLUNDER at checkout to support me and my content. Appreciate you.